The wilderness is a place of unparalleled beauty and awe-inspiring majesty. Towering mountains reach up to scrape the sky, pristine lakes and rivers sparkle in the sunlight, and dense forests teeming with life. But it is also a place of potential danger, where the elements and wild animals can be deadly if not respected and understood. It is a place where survival skills are important and essential for those who venture into its depths. Being able to read the weather, find food and water, and navigate through the wilderness can mean the difference between life and death. The wilderness is a place of challenge and reward, and those who are prepared to meet those challenges will be richly rewarded with the beauty and wonder of the natural world. So, welcome to the wild, where the bugs and bears are bigger, and the only thing more dangerous than the wild life is the weather. But don't worry. With this guide, you'll be able to survive and even thrive in the great outdoors. Watch this video till the end to learn survival tactics that will help you relish its beauty while staying safe at the same time. Here are some tips for surviving in the wild. Number 1. Pack like a pro. Do you wish to cuddle up with the porcupine for warmth? Or eat nothing but a jar of pickles and a bag of marshmallows? Or realize that the only matches you brought were the ones in your Matchbox car collection while trying to start a fire? Or try to navigate your way back to civilization and realize that the only map you brought was of your local grocery store? Of course not! So pack like a pro. Bring tents, plenty of snacks, a first aid kit, a flashlight, matchsticks, a knife, and a map. A good book and a sense of humor will also not be so bad. Remember, the wilderness is no laughing matter unless you have something to laugh about. Number 2. Make a plan. Well folks, let's face it, sometimes life takes a turn for the wild. And when it does, you better have a plan to survive or you'll be bear bait. First things first, why should we make a plan to survive in the wild? Because, let's be honest, getting lost in the wilderness with no plan is like trying to search your way out of a corn maze while blindfolded. It's just not happening. Once you've gathered all the necessary items, making a plan of action is essential. Map out where you need to go, what sources you need to find, and how you'll get there. Planning can make the difference between life and death. Number 3. Stack up on food. You've got options when it comes to finding food in the wild. You could go the traditional route and hunt for your dinner, but let's be honest, who has the energy for that? Instead, try foraging for berries and nuts. Just make sure you know which ones are safe to eat. The last thing you want is to nibble on poisonous berries and end up as the main course for a pack of wolves. Remember the old survivalist motto, if it moves, kill it. If it doesn't move, eat it. Even finding berries should be considered an alternative. Better to stack up on food. Stacking up food in the wild is vital for survival because it allows for a reliable source of sustenance during times when food may be scarce. This can include stockpiling food during seasons when certain plants or animals are abundant, or preserving food through methods such as drying or smoking to make it last longer. Additionally, having a stockpile of food can provide security and peace of mind during unexpected events such as natural disasters or accidents that may disrupt the food supply. Bonus points if you can catch a fish with your bare hands. Number 4. Find or build a shelter. You've got to get creative when finding a place to lay your head at night. Sure, you could build a shelter out of sticks and leaves, but that will look like a pile of sticks and leaves. A better option? Find a cave or a large rock formation to huddle under. Just make sure to check for bears or bats before making yourself at home. You can even build a shelter. Building a shelter is easy. Just look for a spot that is protected from wind, rain, and other elements. Also, ensure the location is near a water source and has an adequate supply of firewood. Collect materials such as branches, leaves, moss, and other natural materials to build the shelter. You can also use a tarp or a plastic sheet for added protection from the elements. Use branches to create a basic frame for the shelter. Make sure the frame is sturdy and can support the weight of the materials you'll be adding. Leaves, moss, or other natural materials can help insulate the shelter and make it more comfortable. Use branches, leaves, or other natural materials to cover the shelter and make it waterproof. You can even dig a hole and cover it with leaves. Voila! Instant underground bunker. When building shelter, it's important to remember that Mother Nature is not your friend. She's more like that one family member who always borrows money and never pays it back. So, build a sturdy shelter that can withstand her wrath, and always make sure to create your den in a location that's easy to defend. After all, you never know when you'll have to fend off a pack of wild squirrels. Number 5. Learn to build a fire. You can't just use your phone to call for delivery in the wild. If you want to cook your food, you'll have to do it the old-fashioned way, with fire. The good news is you don't need matches, a lighter or a fire starter to build a fire. All you need is dry grass, a stick, and elbow grease. It's important to remember that fire is your friend. It gives both heat and light. But be careful not to burn down the forest. That's just poor form. You can also use a fire reflector to direct heat towards you, and always have a warm blanket or sleeping bag with you. It's like a portable hug from Mother Nature. Number 6. Stay hydrated. Staying hydrated is essential for your physical well-being. Your body is mostly water. If you don't keep it hydrated, it's like trying to run a car on empty. It's just not going to work. Without enough water, you'll start feeling weak and dizzy, and you'll have a hard time concentrating. Which, seriously, could be better when you're trying to avoid getting lost or eaten by a bear. But it's not just about the physical benefits. Staying hydrated also helps your mental state. It's like a little pick-me-up in a bottle. It'll help boost your mood and keep your spirits up. And let's face it, when you're in the middle of nowhere with no cell service and nothing but nature around you, it's easy to start feeling a little down in the dumps. And last but not least, staying hydrated will also help you avoid any unwanted bathroom breaks in the wild. Have you ever tried to find a decent spot to do your business in the middle of the wilderness? It's similar to finding a needle in a haystack. So, save yourself the trouble and stay hydrated. Bring a water bottle and a portable water purification system, or just drink from a nearby system, like a boss. Ensure it's not downstream from a chemical waste dump or a herd of cows. Number 7. Stay alert. The wild is full of creatures that would love nothing more than to make you their next meal. But don't worry, you can outsmart them or at least outrun them. If you come across a bear, remember to stay calm, look big, and talk to it in a soothing voice like, "Nice bear, don't eat me," or slowly back away while making a loud noise, like singing the national anthem at the top of your lungs. Keep an eye out for bears, snakes, and other wild animals. If you come across a snake, stay calm and avoid it. Something like, "Nice snake, don't bite me." Don't get lost. Learn how to navigate the wilderness. A map and compass are essential, but so is common sense. If you're not sure where you're going, don't go there. If you have a compass, you must know how to use it. If you don't have a compass, remember, moss grows on the north side of trees. And if all else fails, follow the trail of discarded granola bar wrappers left by clueless hikers before you. In the end, remember, the wilderness is beautiful, and you're lucky to be there. So, if things get tough, just keep smiling and tell yourself it's all part of the adventure. Let us know your views about the video in the comments section. Stay tuned for more exciting updates.